Hello, welcome to Gemstone Tarot weekend reading for the 20th and the 21st of November 2021. I am so struggling with that date. I wanted to say December. That means we're putting ourselves forward in time, which is okay because we have the after tarot. I think this is the after tarot. I'm only assuming it's the after tarot because it's not the before one. Which I think is a fair assumption to make, isn't it? Let's have a couple of fun facts. At least we know where we are with those. Okay, we did that one yesterday. Okay. Baked beans, which I'm a big fan of, are not baked. They're stewed. I know, that is one of those pernickety things, isn't it? I think you'll find that baked beans are not actually baked. They're actually stewed, if you like. Yes. Sunsets on Mars are blue. That's amazing. The most popular item at Walmart is bananas. They sell more bananas at Walmart than any other product. I don't think we have Walmart in the UK, so I've seen it on the TV, kind of, but I think it's like a big supermarket, isn't it? With lots of things. I think I would like Walmart. I suspect I could get lost for hours in there. Ew, I won't tell you that one because it's horrible. Although Australia has the largest number of venomous snakes in the world, it only averages one fatal snake bite per year. Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins can. How do they know that? And finally, it's impossible to hum while holding your nose. Okay, one moment. That's true. That wasn't very elegant, but you know, in the name of science, I had to try it. Okay, oh, that's made me really sniffy now. After tarot. Ooh. Do reversals in these because the interest and the kind of meaning is in the cards, not in the reversals, so we're not going to do reversals with these. I'm not sure if these are the after tarot. They kind of, for some of them, they just look like the behind tarot. Is there a tarot of the behind? Now that would be an interesting tarot set. Tarot of the backside. Oh God. I'd be up for it. Would you be up for it? Let's do it. Let's make Tarot of the Backside. And I say this because look, this is the King of Cups. This is backside. You're getting the back of it. You're getting the back of the throne. Okay. We're going to do it like that. What's behind it? What's behind it? Ooh, that is interesting. So normally you've got your King of Cups and he's sat there and his feet touch the water and he's got his goblet and he's, you know, a bit kind of, a bit King of Cups. This time when we go behind, which is interesting because they've etched the front on the back, which is really clever, we get these tools at the bottom. Not as green as his cabbage like. Right. We've got a axe, we've got those kind of pincers that measure compasses, which could be a protractor or a compass. We've got the thing that you use like to hammer out stone. We've got a forest knife and we've got a fishing net. We have all the equipment, and we've got a squirrel, I think, above his head, which I find really fascinating. I love that. Okay. The person, there may be somebody, and we talked about this yesterday, who is yanking your emotional chain. They're a lot more capable than they seem. Okay? This could be somebody at work, it could be a romantic thing. They're a lot more capable than they seem. I like that, because this could be somebody who's tried to make you feel sorry for them, or has that vibe where people often do pick up and do things for them. And you may be one of those people who makes the energy easier. You know, even if, and we were talking, I think, yesterday about, you know, when people joke and they kind of undermine you by joking. And sometimes, especially if you're an empath, and I don't know why this is, and do weigh in the comment section if you do know why that is. Sometimes as an empath, you try and make the atmosphere easier in a room among people, even when they're trying to undermine you and make you feel uncomfortable. You don't want to feel uncomfortable, or for them to feel. It's just weird, isn't it? It's just something that empaths do. It's like, I must smooth the way for all people, irrespective of whether they're trying to dig a big hole for me. That's the message that I'm getting from that card. I like it a lot. Queen of Swords. And again, we're getting a side angle of the tarot of side boob and backside. Oh, I'm out of control today. Side angle. Which, honestly, I don't think does an awful lot for the Queen of Swords. For me, it seems quite Queen of Swordsy. But again, there's more than one angle to this person. This could be somebody, often with Queen of Swords, I do get the energy of difficult people at work. I don't know why, but it always has kind of panned out like that to me. This sort of energy of people taking a side swipe at you. Again, this person is not quite straightforward. They're not quite what they seem. So just be careful of that. I'm looking here at the Knight of Swords, if I can see anything different. Yeah, Knight of Swords, which has your normal Knight of Swords, but it's got somewhere urgent to go, because we've got something on fire and we've got loads of other soldiers running. And again, this is a bit of a, I don't know what you call it in war, you know, where you devastate a place and then you run off, a sacking, where they sack a city or whatever. It's a bit of a smash and grab. I think the energy of this, and I do get a work vibe for this really, it feels like you may be being undermined. And it just feels like, remember we had that Seven of Swords yesterday, that you need to be just aware of your manoeuvre and aware of where you are and where they are at all times. It doesn't mean, and I wouldn't like directly confront this, and it may be that they're in more of a position of authority which you can't directly confront, but I would be aware of where all these bodies are buried, you know, and just so that you know, so that when you do need to Seven of Swords it, when you do need to make your move and bob and weave, you can do. Now this may be in a group of friends, it may be in a romantic context, I hope not, but I really get a kind of a work vibe. And I'm going to look here at this Seven of Cups. Yeah, we've got somebody making 7 cups actually kind of levitate and showing them to somebody. And of course they contain the usual array of snakes, shuttlecocks, wreaths, costume jewellery, all that kind of weird stuff. Somebody's showcasing this like it's real, and it isn't. And I think that, and it goes right on top of that King of Cups, I feel like there may be a certain charm about this person, and I would say not to be taken in by it if you can, because it just doesn't feel like, they're working with you. We get the Three of Pentacles working together with somebody, which normally would be really nice if it didn't come right next to the Three of Swords, working against somebody. It feels like sometimes they work, and we also have here the Three of Wands. It feels like sometimes you feel like they're working with you, and sometimes you don't know if they are or they're not. And it's in that not knowing if someone's on your side or not that they undermine you. So just beware of that. The World card, how is that different? I can't see how that's different. That's a whole cycle. Maybe she's just dropped the sash. Tarot of the backside. There we are, there it is. Yes. World card means this is part of a larger cycle. This is not an isolated thing. So it would be very interesting to ask yourself, has this happened before? Is this a pattern? And also the difficult question, how much of this is my responsibility? Not that you're doing the nasty thing, but your reaction to it and their ability to get away with it. How can you build yourself? Yes. It may be a good idea to learn about assertiveness in whichever way, or boundaries. That always keeps coming up for us, doesn't it? Yeah. Angel therapy cards. You are profoundly clairvoyant. That's not always a useful thing. I'm just going to get it right out here. Because it usually means you're very empathic to be clairvoyant. It doesn't have to. And some people who are clairvoyant have learned to train themselves to have good boundaries and good filters and good protection. But a lot haven't. And it can make you vulnerable to this kind of scenario, okay? And again, we get emotional sensitivity. And it says here to honour and respect your deep sensitivity. It's a gift to us all. It is, but yeah. How to put it without sounding really craven? You can't always just be giving it away willy-nilly, because some people in this scenario are not treating it with the respect it deserves. I kept it clean and nice. Workshops and seminars. Attending and giving speeches is part of your spiritual path and purpose. Be open to teaching and learning. And I would say that this was a time to favour the learning. Have a look and see if you can learn from someone else, or from a course, or from a book. And I always, if you are dealing with someone nasty at work, nasty people and how to deal with them, and I never know who it's by, but I've got a copy of it somewhere, and it is a really good book. It's a thin book, but it's a good book. Yeah, gen up on it, read up on it, do it, because I think you're going to need to know. I think this is going to come up. Leave me a comment, because this has really piqued my interest, and let me know. Not just about the backside tarot, but about the reading. And I'll see you soon. Namaste.